And now joining us to speak about that game is Currie Cup-winning centre Ali Mgijima, who will be playing for the home side, the Cheetahs, in that 3 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. Ali, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Let's start with this. I mean, you've returned to the Cheetahs. It was not necessarily a new place for you. What was it like returning to a place that you've known before, have been there before, albeit as a junior?
Yeah, I mean, the Cheetahs has always been in my heart. I mean, I've came up in the junior ranks, and obviously I went away for quite some time, but I mean, I came back now, and it's really a pleasure being back here, and you know, guys have welcomed me back, and it still feels like home, and I'm so glad to be back and to take this opportunity.
Do you feel that you've fitted in well? As you say, the guys naturally would welcome you back. Some of them you might have know from back then in the juniors. Do you feel like you've already settled in at the Cheetahs?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's home. When I arrived there, I mean, everyone welcomed me very well, and it was amazing, and it's still amazing, and I feel like I've never left. Actually, that's how I feel, because obviously all the guys they were very keen to have me back, and the coaches were very excited, and yeah, like I said, it's home, so everyone welcomed me very good.
What was your big reason, Ali, though, for returning to the Cheetahs? Well, I guess maybe playing in the EPCR, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, you know, playing for smaller unions, it's kind of tough to get like bigger exposure. So myself, for me to come join the Cheetahs, it was more of, obviously they competing in an international competition, the EPCR, which I can get there more exposure to obviously further my career. I mean, it's a big competition that everyone wishes to play for. So yeah, it was a dream come true for me.
Now, looking ahead to the match, the Sharks have had the luxury over the URC champions. And I mean, one would look at that, meaning that they have more match fitness. How big is that much of a concern for you as the Cheetahs?
Well, yeah, they've been playing URC, and they've got more minutes than us in the bag. I mean, we only had like 2 games, which is we played the Lions and we played Zebra last week away, and that's all we have. But I don't think it's going to be much of a factor. I mean, at the end of the day, once you get on the field, it's about who's more hungry for the game. And we're well prepped, and we know exactly what we want to do this weekend. And so we're going to put that aside because we feel like those are just excuses sometimes to say minutes and minutes. But it's all about the work that you put in on the 4 lines, because it doesn't matter who you're playing and how much they've played. But if you know what you want to
say, minutes, yes, but they've not really been that convincing. Just 2 wins so far. But where do you think are the areas that you can exploit as the Cheetahs to get a good result tomorrow?
Definitely, because obviously we play in altitude. That's definitely going to play on our favor, because I mean, it's Bloemfontein, and they're not used to it. So it's going to be very hot, and then it's not nice. The field is hard there in Bloemfontein, and I think, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be running the ball, let the ball do the work, and we're going to take them all over the field, and we're going to take them to a place they've never been before.
Well, they were quite convincing in the last game against Pau. I guess a different kettle of fish. I mean, what do you make of that? Does that not somehow concern you in the way they were devastating in that particular game?
I mean, they had a brilliant game. They had a very, very good game, and it was a high-scoring game for them. But like I said, you know, we know what we have to do, and they know what they want to do. So it's about who wants it the most, and we're just going to go out there and we're going to do it all, because after all, we know what we're playing for, and that's to compete against the big names. And like you said, their lineup is they've got a lot of Springboks in it, and they've got a very strong pack and everything. But we know exactly what we can dominate, and we know how we're going to play our game. So it's going to be a good one.
Let's talk about that. I mean, as you say, how's the mood in camp ahead of this game, considering, as you say, on paper, the Sharks would appear a little bit stronger? What is the mood like from the boys in camp?
Listen, the guys are very keen and excited for this one. I mean, it's something that we always wished for, to play against big names, and you know, the biggest, also the so-called big unions. You know, it's always a challenge to compete against bigger teams that are playing in bigger competitions, because we're not in those competitions. But that's what we're working for. We're also working to be a team that's going to be well known, that can also potentially play in international competitions, So the guys in the camp, they're very excited. They're very keen on getting stuck in on this weekend. So, yeah, that's how the boys are feeling.
Well, fantastic, Ali. All we can say is that the best of luck for the game tomorrow. Thank you so much for taking time to speak to us. Appreciate that. Ali Mgijima of the Cheetahs talking to us ahead of that game.